Hello everyone, myself Khyati Vyas from JMP English Medium Saraswati Group of Education. Today I am conducting this session for grade 6, subject SS. We are dealing with Geography Parts, chapter number 2. And the chapter's name is Latitudes and Longitudes. And this is my session number 1 for this chapter. So as you all know, that the first session of any chapters will begin with the vocabulary words which we are going to learn through the PPT. Right? Yes. So let's begin the PPT now.
Chapter number 2, Latitudes and Longitudes. First word, globe. Globe means a globe is a spherical model of the earth. See, in the picture you can see a globe. Spherical means it is round but not a circle. Circle, when you are talking about circle, it is on a plane surface. But spherical is a hard surface. Right? So globe is a spherical model of the earth. Clear? Next, bulging. Bulging means sticking out in a rounded shape. Sticking out in a rounded shape. See, in the picture you can see the model of the earth, a globe, but from both the sides, that is east and west, it is a bit more it is bulging shape, not exactly round, a bit bigger than the normal, so that is called bulging. The top and bottom, that is north and the south, it's a slightly flattened. But in the center, if you see, that is east and west, it is bulging. Bulging means sticking out in a rounded shape. Next, axis. Axis means an imaginary line about which a body rotates. An imaginary line about which a body rotates. See here in the picture, you can see that the earth is rotating round and round, and the fixed points, as you can see, the red line, that is the axis of the earth. Right? So it is an imaginary line about which this earth is rotating. Clear? This red line, it is the axis of the earth. Next, hemispheres. Hemispheres means a half of a sphere. A half of a sphere. See here, the earth is divided into two equal halves. So each half is called hemisphere. Each half is called a hemisphere. The part towards the red line, that is towards the north, is called northern hemisphere. And the part towards the blue line, that is towards the south, is called the southern hemisphere. So hemisphere means a half of a sphere. Clear? Next, latitudes. Latitudes means an imaginary line around the earth parallel to the equator. An imaginary line around the earth parallel to the equator. See in the picture, this is the earth. Now, in the center you can see the red line, which is equator. This equator divides the earth in the northern and the southern hemispheres. And there are few parallel lines which are drawn parallel to the equator. The black color lines, yes, they are called latitudes. And they are parallel to the equator, means they never meet each other or never crisscross each other. You can see, since the equator is in the center, it is the longest latitude, and the rest of the latitudes, as they move away from the equator, their length decreases. The circle becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and the circle near the pole, it is very small, and when it reaches the pole, it becomes just a dot. So latitudes are parallel to equator. Okay? Next, longitude. Longitude means imaginary lines on the globe which runs from North Pole to South Pole. The latitudes were running from east to west, but longitudes, they are imaginary line which start from the North Pole and extend till South Pole. Here you can see this imaginary line. The red one, it is called prime meridian. A very important longitude it is, because this longitude will again divide the earth into two hemispheres or two equal halves, that is eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. Correct? Yes. So these are longitudes. Now when you bring the latitudes and longitudes together, what happens? The latitudes are parallel, but longitudes are not parallel. Correct? Longitudes, they all meet at the pole, but latitude never meet each other or never crisscross each other. Right? Okay. Next one. Grid. Grid means a network of lines that cross each other to form a series of square or rectangle. A network of lines that cross each other to form series of squares or rectangles. In the picture you can see that there are some horizontal lines and some vertical lines. Now, when these horizontal lines and vertical lines are placed together, they form a full network of lines. These lines form squares. Sometimes it may also form a rectangle shape. So this type of network of lines is called a grid. The latitudes and the longitudes, since they are also horizontal and vertical lines, and they are drawn on the map or a globe, so they also form a network of line that is called a grid. What is it called? A grid. Clear, kids? So here we have come to the end of the PPT. Now let's move on to the general video lecture.
Okay, I hope you have understood the meanings of different words through the PPT, which also explained to you with the help of few related pictures. Now, in this chapter, that is latitudes and longitudes, this is not at all a new concept for you, right? you are already knowing that on a map or a globe, there are few horizontal and vertical lines. These lines are called latitudes and longitudes. These lines or latitudes and longitudes will help you to locate the place. Correct? They are all having their fixed degrees. There are some important latitudes, important longitudes. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn in detail about these topics. Right? So, let's begin the chapter, that is latitudes and longitudes. And the first topic that you are going to learn in this is a globe. What is a globe? A small model of the earth is called a globe. So globe is a three-dimensional model of the earth. Three-dimensional. How is it three-dimensional? You can see it from the sides, from the top and from the bottom. Sides में भी देख सकते हो, ऊपर से भी देख सकते हो, नीचे से भी देख सकते हो. So it is three-dimensional. I'm sorry. So globe is a three-dimensional model of the earth, or you can say in simple terms, globe is a model of the earth or a spherical model of the earth, which you have already learned in your earlier grade, right? So that is also correct. Now, it is mounted on its axis so that it can be rotated freely just like an earth. Now, let me show you the globe. This is a globe. Now they have said that it is mounted on its axis so that it can be rotated freely just like the earth. This globe is mounted on its axis. What is its axis? The fixed point on the top and the bottom is its axis. Can you see that this axis, see it's from here to here, these 2 points. Is it straight? If I keep the globe like this, is this line going straight down? No, it is cross. So this cross line is its axis. See, as you can see here, this is the axis, not this. This straight line is not the axis. Axis is this, 90 degree north, 90 degree south, that is north pole and south pole. So this is north pole and this here it is south pole. North pole and south pole. This is the axis and this earth rotates on its axis. See, this axis is fixed. Here up and down, this axis is fixed. But this is not exactly down, it is not straight, it is cross. Right? So the earth rotates on its axis. Now, let us go further. The earth rotates on its axis. It shows us the exact shape of the earth. Spherical, slightly flattened at the poles and bulging in the equator. So what is the shape of the earth? It is spherical, slightly bulging on the sides and flat on the pole. This you have already learned in your previous grade. Now, it is having an equator in the center. See, this is the equator, the blue line, 0 degree. It is the equator. You can also say that it is the longest latitude, right? The shape of the continents and the oceans are shown quite accurately on the globe. In the globe, if you see, the shapes of different continents and oceans are shown quite accurately. Accurately means exactly the shape how you can see on the surface of the earth. Same shapes are shown in the globe as well. Same type of shape. Not just a drawing, it is not just a drawing, but these globes are made by using a perfect scale, perfect measurements, right? So these globes, they are showing you the exact shape of all the continents and oceans as they are in the surface of the earth, on the surface of the earth. Right? Now, the different physical features and places are also marked more or less clearly on the globe. The physical features and different places are located accurately on the globe. Which place is how bigger, which place is located near which ocean or sea, everything is clearly mentioned in the globe. It is difficult to locate a place on a globe and correspondingly on the earth because the shape does not have any sides or corners. Here, sides and corners are not there since it is spherical. As you all know, you might have learned in your maths also, a round shape or circle or a sphere does not have any corners. It does not have any edges. Right? So that is why you cannot say left, right, up, down, anything like that. Because it is spherical, it can rotate from any direction to any direction. So it does not show any accurate sides or corners. We need to have certain points or lines which can be used to refer or locate a place on the earth. And that is why we have already used some imaginary lines so that it will be easier for us to locate any place on the globe. These lines are having their fixed degrees. So if I say 90 degree north and 0 degree longitude and latitudes, then what will you understand? Okay, 90 degree north is this one longitude and 0 degree latitude is this. So the place where this 90 degree north and 0 degree, they cut each other. The place must be located in that exact point. If I say 23.5 degree north, so it will be, the latitude will be somewhere over here, 23.5 degree north. And if I say instead of 90 degree, if I say 60 degree longitude, what will be there? This is 23.5 degree and this is 60 degree. So where these two lines cut each other, then the place will be located there. Right? So in that way you can locate the place with the help of these lines. These lines are just an imaginary lines. They are not actually there on the surface of the earth. But all the maps and globes, they have these lines and the numbers or the degrees to these lines are fixed. They cannot be changed. The imaginary line on which our earth rotates is called its axis. This is the imaginary line on which our earth rotates and it is called its axis. So axis, that is north pole and south pole, are fixed and the rest of the earth rotates from that part. Now, it passes through the center of the earth and two ends are known as poles. This axis passes through the center of the earth and its two ends, that is here and here, 90 degree north and 90 degree south, they are known as the poles. Which poles? 90 degree north is north pole and 90 degree south is south pole. So these two are the fixed points and this axis, it moves in exactly, or it divides the earth exactly in two equal halves. Right? The two poles towards the north and the south are called north pole and south pole. These two poles are the two fixed points of reference on the earth's surface and all other lines are drawn with respect to these points. So if I consider this longitude 90 degree, then the rest of the longitudes are drawn in reference to this fixed point. And if I consider this 0 degree latitude, then the rest of the latitude will move parallel to this line, but this line remains the fixed point. Okay? The imaginary line drawn exactly midway between two poles is called the equator. In between these two poles, exactly in the middle, there is another imaginary line which is intersecting this line. So this is an equator. It divides the earth into two equal halves or the hemisphere. Hemisphere is the half of the sphere. Full circle is a sphere and the half of the sphere is called a hemisphere. The part of the earth that lies to the north of the equator is called northern hemisphere, and the part of the earth towards the south of the equator is called the southern hemisphere, which you have already known. Now, a set of imaginary horizontal lines drawn between two poles and are parallel to equator are called parallels of latitudes. Now, the set of lines which are horizontal means these lines are horizontal. See, the lines which are like this, or you say standing line, they are called vertical lines, and the sleeping lines, they are called horizontal line. This axis is vertical line, right? So, equator is a horizontal line. So the rest of the horizontal lines, they are all called the parallels of latitude. They are called parallels of latitude. Why are they called parallels of latitude? Because these lines, the rest of the line, see, for example, if this is the equator, the other line will go exactly parallel to it. So it never meet these lines, these latitudes never meet each other, never crisscross each other. So they are parallel, and the distance between the two latitudes is equal from any part on the globe or on the map. Okay? So they are parallels of latitudes. They run in an east-west direction, from east to west. From east to west. So parallels of latitudes move in an east-west direction. Another set of imaginary vertical lines drawn from the north pole to south pole. See, here I mentioned it as vertical lines. These were horizontal lines. These are vertical lines. These are vertical lines. They are called meridians of longitude. Those lines which were horizontal, they were called parallels of latitudes, and vertical lines are called meridians of longitudes. They run in the north-south direction. These lines were running from east to west direction, and longitudes they run from north-south direction. Clear? So next, when we learn about latitudes and longitudes, you should be knowing that latitudes are parallel to each other, but longitudes meet at the poles. Clear? So we will learn more details about latitudes and longitudes in the further sessions. In today's session, let us keep the topic till here. I am sending a PDF, that is your homework. Read the instructions properly and then do your work with good handwriting and no spelling mistake. And read the chapter till where I have explained to you in this video. If you have liked this video, please click on the like icon. See you in the next session.